U.S. Representative Eric Swalwell, a Democrat representing California's 14th congressional district, continues to navigate renewed scrutiny regarding his past interactions with Christine Fang, a suspected Chinese intelligence operative. This issue, first widely reported in December 2020, has resurfaced in recent political discussions, particularly as Swalwell remains a prominent figure in national politics. The ongoing attention impacts his image and potential future political ambitions, including persistent speculation about a California gubernatorial bid or continued leadership roles within the Democratic Party. Swalwell has consistently maintained that he fully cooperated with federal investigators and was a victim of a foreign intelligence operation. The initial reports detailed Fang's activities between 2011 and 2015, during which she engaged with several U.S. politicians, including Swalwell, who was then a councilman in Dublin, California, before his election to Congress in 2012. Federal investigators reportedly briefed Swalwell on Fang's activities in 2015, after which he ceased contact with her. The FBI considered Swalwell a victim and not a suspect in their investigation. This historical connection continues to be a point of contention and discussion among political commentators and his opponents, influencing perception, his suitability for higher office, and his role on sensitive committees. The details of Fang's network and her objectives have been a subject of extensive reporting, highlighting the broader challenges of foreign influence operations targeting American political figures at various levels of government. The renewed focus on these past events underscores the persistent nature of political opposition research and the long-term implications of such associations for public officials. The relationship between Eric Swalwell and Christine Fang began around 2012 when Fang, then a student at California State University, East Bay, became involved in local Bay Area politics. Fang reportedly volunteered for Swalwell's 2012 congressional campaign and other political events. She also helped place an intern in Swalwell's office. According to Axios, which first broke the story, Fang developed extensive ties with local and national politicians, including fundraising for campaigns. Federal investigators, specifically the FBI, became aware of Fang's activities and began monitoring her. The FBI's investigation into Fang's network was part of a broader effort to counter Chinese intelligence operations targeting U.S. political figures. In 2015, the FBI provided a defensive briefing to Swalwell, informing him of Fang's ties to Chinese intelligence. Following this briefing, Swalwell immediately cut off all contact with Fang. She left the United States abruptly in mid-2015 amid the ongoing federal investigation. No allegations of wrongdoing were made against Swalwell by federal authorities, and he was not accused of sharing classified information. The FBI's assessment was that Swalwell was one of several targets of Fang's influence operation, not a willing participant. This timeline of events, from Fang's initial engagement with Swalwell's campaign to the FBI briefing and her subsequent departure, forms the core of the publicly known details surrounding the incident. The nature of Fang's activities involved cultivating relationships with up-and-coming politicians, often through campaign donations, networking events, and personal interactions, aiming to gain influence and access. The incident involving Representative Swalwell and Christine Fang is part of a larger pattern of foreign intelligence operations targeting U.S. officials, particularly from China. U.S. intelligence agencies have repeatedly warned about Beijing's efforts to influence American politics, often by cultivating relationships with individuals who may rise to positions of power. These operations typically involve long-term strategies, focusing on building trust and access rather than immediate intelligence gathering. Swalwell's position on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, a committee with access to highly classified information, amplified the political sensitivity of his past association. While the events with Fang occurred before his appointment to the Intelligence Committee, the revelation of his past contact with a suspected spy raised questions among political figures about his security clearance and suitability for such a role. Swalwell has publicly stated that he was fully transparent with House leadership and the intelligence community about the FBI briefing. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, for instance, has defended Swalwell's position on the committee, citing his cooperation with the FBI. The broader context includes numerous reports from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and the FBI, detailing sophisticated and persistent efforts by foreign adversaries to exploit vulnerabilities in the U.S. political system. These efforts range from cyber espionage to human intelligence operations, often targeting individuals with access to sensitive information or influence over policy decisions. The Fang case serves as a public example of these documented foreign influence tactics. The revelation of Eric Swalwell's past association with Christine Fang elicited strong reactions across the political spectrum. Republican leaders and conservative media outlets frequently cited the incident to criticize Swalwell, particularly regarding his role on the House Intelligence Committee. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, for example, repeatedly called for Swalwell's removal from the committee, arguing that past association with a suspected Chinese spy posed a national security risk. These calls intensified during periods of heightened U.S.-China tensions. Swalwell, in response, has consistently defended his actions, emphasizing his immediate cooperation with the FBI and his status as a victim of a foreign intelligence operation. He has stated that he was transparent with House leadership about the briefing and that the FBI cleared him of any wrongdoing. Democratic leaders, including Speaker Nancy Pelosi, have largely stood by Swalwell, asserting that he handled the situation appropriately by reporting it to the FBI and cutting off contact. They have dismissed Republican criticisms as politically motivated attempts to undermine a prominent Democratic voice. The incident has also been used by opponents to question Swalwell's judgment and fitness for higher office, particularly in the context of potential future campaigns. The political impact has been significant, providing fodder for campaign advertisements and public debates, even years after the initial reports. This sustained political weaponization of the event highlights the enduring nature of such controversies in the current political climate. Despite the persistent political scrutiny, Representative Eric Swalwell continues to serve in the U.S. House of Representatives, currently representing California's 14th congressional district. He was re-elected in November 2022 for his sixth term, securing 66.1% of the vote against Republican challenger Allison Hayden, demonstrating continued electoral support in his district. Swalwell remains a member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and the House Judiciary Committee, positions that continue to draw attention given his past. While he has not formally announced a campaign for California governor, his name frequently arises in discussions about potential Democratic candidates for future statewide elections, including the 2026 gubernatorial race. His political action committee, Team Swalwell, remains active, engaging in fundraising and supporting other Democratic candidates, indicating ongoing ambition beyond his current congressional role. The FBI has not reopened its investigation into Swalwell's conduct related to Christine Fang, and no charges have ever been filed against him, confirming the official closure of that specific inquiry regarding his involvement. The incident remains a historical footnote often invoked by political adversaries, rather than an active legal or intelligence matter concerning Swalwell himself. His current legislative priorities include issues related to national security, technology, and gun violence prevention, reflecting his committee assignments. The political landscape in California, with its large Democratic majority, presents both opportunities and challenges for any future statewide ambitions Swalwell may pursue, where his past associations will likely continue to be a subject of debate among primary and general election opponents. His current term in Congress is set to conclude in January 2025.